Hey guys, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. I'm Nathan Masters, and I have just spotted a new promotional on the Brickset homepage called Ninjago World, set number 40429. According to Brickset, this hasn't been released. This is something that you would find at like Legoland theme park, like Florida, California, somewhere like that. It would be in one of the shops, like in the gift shop, something like that. And this is on the bigger side. Looks like 440 pieces. Now I'm not sure where Brickset got an image. Let's just go to the home page. I'll show you where I found it. I like to look over here at the site updates side, and it's all the way down here at the bottom right now. It was just added on the 5th. So I keep my eye over there. Sometimes you spot some interesting stuff. Every once in a while there'll be like an older one that has been missed and that gets thrown in. So a mix of old and new stuff this is just recently added to the database. So this count down here, 16,759 items. These are the most recently added ones to that count, which is quite a few things if you think about it. But in any case, I just thought I'd take a look at the set here, some of the interesting parts, and there's not a whole lot to speak of except for the minifigure torsos. And the first one that caught my eye was on the girl way on the far side over here, and this turns out to be the red striped torso that I actually was able to pick up in the Kansas City Lego store. So this has made its way to Bricklink. And if you'll remember back when I made that video, there actually wasn't an entry for this, or if there was, I couldn't find it. But it turns out this has actually been in a couple of sets. It's been in the City People Pack. I believe that's where, yeah, the People Pack Fun Fair. So it's on the girl here throwing the rings on the duck. So just one in that set. This is a $40 set. And yeah, pretty typical for a minifig fun pack. And the other one was on the car buyer, it said, which I think is from this year. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, the Tuning Workshop. And this one has some other great torsos as well, but that's a video for another day. So the red stripe shirt has been in 2 official sets. It's also been on a couple of pick-a-brick walls, and now it looks like it will be in this promotional Ninjago World. So that's one of 4 minifigures. Apparently this is like the mom of the 2 kids or whoever is with them that day. Nothing really to speak of here except for perhaps the face. I don't look at minifig faces really close all the time. I like to pay more attention to the torsos because usually those have more interesting printing. But everything except for the face on here we've seen before. Face might be new. The park employee is of interest because of this red torso, and we have seen that one before in other Legoland promotional sets. And so we have this park worker with that torso, and it looks like it's just kind of a generalized, where that name tag could just be kind of scribbles, so anything on there. And it's actually got this really cool tiny little printing of a minifigure, and that's a reference to the actual employees that have minifigures on their badges, and you can trade for those. And Josh and I did make a video about that. We went to Florida in December 2019, and you can, if you bring your own minifigures, you can actually trade for the minifigures on the employees' badges. Josh actually found a really interesting one. The other employee here is this dude, same torso, pretty quality print, but yeah, there were 2 of these torsos available in our other, what was this, Legoland Park 40346. So another kind of exclusive promotional set. And what that means is this torso, it looks like, has remained pretty exclusive so far. So it's not necessarily like something rare, but it has limited availability. And that brings us to the other kid, and as far as I can tell, we'll blow this up in post here. This looks like a Lloyd torso with like the Ninjago Lloyd minifigure head. At least the head is printed on there. And it's a really interesting design. I can't find it on Bricklink. the closest thing I can find, well, I'll just show you what I've been doing. If you go to the parts category, you can look at the minifigure torso. All I've done so far is type in Lloyd to see what I can find. And there's 4 different variants from the actual Lloyd minifigure. So, type in head. So as far as I can tell, this is probably a new torso design. Or if it's not new, it's at least this year, 2020. So somewhat new in either case. So the rest of the stuff in this promotional is the bricks themselves. There's not a whole lot of interest here. Everything with decoration looks like it's going to be stickers, so nothing really new in terms of decorated elements. I mean, it'd be pretty sweet if we got a 2x2 red tile with the Lego logo, but it's a sticker. The other thing that's nice is the stickers of the kids themselves actually have a design of those torsos on the sticker, so that's interesting. Some of our roller coaster track elements here, I have looked at those more closely in a different video, but the number of sets those show up in that aren't roller coasters has been going up. They're in an airport set this year. It looks like they're in this one too. And the only other thing that really caught my eye is this nice large 6x6 red tile, which has been in 3 sets. 2 of them somewhat expensive, and then the other one is the Sons of Garmadon headquarters. Doesn't look like it was that expensive. It's a 500-piece set, so maybe $40, $50. 2 years old, and there was one up here with a sticker on it. The other 2, well, the Downtown Diner only has 1. There's 4 in the Routemaster London bus, but this was a much more expensive collectible set. It just had a larger range of pieces. I was going to see if I could find where those are on the set, but that's not important. You know, I take back what I said about these not being in a roller coaster set, because it looks like they are. This little carriage thing appears to be the roller coaster element, so that would make this technically a roller coaster set, interestingly enough. Yeah, and that's about it. 440 pieces. Not really sure how much this would retail for. Could be between 30 and 50. I wouldn't be surprised if it was $50 set, because you're already in the park in Legoland. Presumably you're there to spend money on Lego products. So if they were selling it for 50, they could probably find enough people to buy it for that much. Personally, I wouldn't buy it for $50. I would maybe look for this red torso in the secondary market on Bricklink, but the rest of it doesn't really interest me. If it was at a discount, I might buy it to flip, because I think it could retain its value, being as it is somewhat exclusive, seems like. So yeah, that's it. 40429 parts inspection for you guys. I don't have this set, and I don't think it's been released yet at all. If this is a Legoland exclusive, it might be a while for some of us to get this, because most of those are still closed right now. But depending on where those open up, earlier rather than later, could be available to some people within this year, perhaps. So keep an eye out for that. It's an interesting theme as well, because basically what they're doing is Legoland is the idea of a theme park built around the Lego sets and the Lego brick itself. And now this is a set based on the theme park. So it's almost like it's a set based on the idea of the Lego brick. It's like a Inception level kind of thing. So we actually have several in this theme, in this Legoland fairground, whatever you want to call it. There's the Ninjago one, this was the big one last year with the roller coaster element. And this one is actually, looks like it spans many different attractions within the park. So interesting to think about, these kind of non-traditional Lego sets. So thanks for watching, guys. I like to do parts inspections because I have an interest in pieces that are new and pieces that get updated with a new color or a new torso print or that kind of thing. So I like to keep my eye out for those and kind of keep track of where the system is going, especially when we get a brand new mold, because what happens when we get a brand new mold is that opens up all the possibilities to use that in a build, however many points of connection there are. Like when we get our new studs not on top brackets and pieces like that, those have been getting smaller and smaller. Other pieces in like the Friends line and the 4+ line, those get bigger and bigger. So there's kind of growth at each end of the range, and it's hard to tell where those new pieces will show up sometimes, so you kind of have to keep your eye open in every little corner. So that's why I check these out, and that's why I do parts inspections. Yeah, so just thought I'd make a video about that. But that's it for this one, and we'll see you guys around the channel.